Hey, this is Channel Creative Writing Prose. I'm Robin. This video is about should you or shouldn't you write the sequel before you've published the first book. Obviously, since we're talking about publishing a little in this video, I may as well mention that traditional publishers, tend to like to know when their next book is coming out or when your next book is available. This might influence you to write the first draft of the second book, the sequel, if you have a sequel. This might influence you to write the second book, the sequel, before the first book has been published. However, if you choose independent publishing, you have your own schedule really. You're not relying on a publishing company, or a publishing company isn't relying on you to produce a certain book by a certain date. Next question you should probably ask yourself is how much time and energy are you willing to put into something that might not pay off? If you don't want to put that much time and energy into a series that might not pay off, then especially if you want to do traditional publishing, I would recommend that you wouldn't choose to especially if you wouldn't do independent publishing, I'd recommend that you would wait for the first book to be published, get a gauge on how well it's doing, and then continue from there. If you want to write more variety, then I would suggest to work on a completely different project to the book that you are planning on publishing and making a sequel to. If you are someone more like me who needs to keep going on the same thing to keep the passion and interest going as well, then I recommend you don't do this. Life happens. I've mentioned this in a handful of my videos before. Life gets in the way of writing. If you find that towards the end or shortly after the end of you finishing the first draft of the first book, then family life gets busy or things change, maybe you get a new job or a promotion which is more demanding and you need time to adjust, then I recommend actually not committing to, well, maybe not setting such an intense deadline on the next one. So make your choices accordingly. This is a weird one, this final point. Art can't be measured or predicted. You can't measure it. You can't say you add this much paint or you add this many words or you add this many sentences in one paragraph and therefore it's good. That isn't how it works. It's art. It's down to interpretation, and yeah, that's why a lot of business people hate the film business. They don't like the book writing business. We're sort of a niche over here. If you don't feel comfortable, again, betting on a larger project that you want to write and edit and then finally eventually get published, then you might not want to gamble again on writing the second one as opposed to editing and fine-tuning the first one. That's it for this video. I hope it was useful for you. Feel free to check me out on social media, links in the description, and tell me in the comment section down below what you think of writing the sequel before the first book is published, and keep being creative.